Alright, cool. Hey, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Uchi, and we got another discussion video for you guys today. So, no time for back again. Once again, I guess there was enough time for it. So today I wanted to talk to you guys really quick about my experience of EVO and to bring you guys the pros and cons of EVO, what you guys can expect to look forward to if you plan on going, and what things you can expect to not like if you do plan on going. So first and foremost, let's just get all the pros out of the way. EVO is everything that everyone says it and makes it out to be. It is the granddaddy event of them all. It is basically the WrestleMania of fighting game tournaments. And it is a cannot miss event that you have to partake in, whether it's just being a spectator, competitor, broadcaster, whatever you want to do, you just need to be at EVO. EVO is essentially a fighting game convention. FGC is not a fighting game community, fighting game convention. This freaking event had so many booths, so many panels, and just shops and merch places just so that you could check out, and even booths to check out games that are not even available yet. Games like Soul Calibur 6, Dead or Alive 6, My Hero Wants Justice, SNK Heroines, you name it, it was probably there. They had so much stuff to enjoy, to spend your money on. Oh, did I mention that Super Smash Bros. Was there for the second time since CEO? So many things to do, even if you're just not a competitor. If you're a spectator and if you don't plan on entering any of the brackets or the side events, you can try out all of these new games like I just mentioned for free, then get free stuff by trying them, which is awesome. And you can even meet the players that you might adore and follow and love on other streams and just online in general. For the first time, I was able to meet Daigo. Daigo probably will be my favorite player of all time for Street Fighter, and he is basically a huge motivational drive in why I play Street Fighter to this day. I was able to meet him at his booth, bought his book, which I totally forgot he came out with a book, but you know what? I was so happy that I was able to meet Daigo. I was just like, hey man, take my money, sign that junk, and sign my arcade stick while you're at it, and pose for this awesome picture. Now, another huge pro that I think is really cool that it kind of adds on to everything that I'm saying, we already know that there's so much to do. And once you're there, you almost feel like just wowed and shocked. And you're just like, I can't believe I'm in this huge ass venue and it's all for just EVO and it's one floor. It's not like you have to worry about going from one section to another section or one building to another building. It's literally all within one floor until finals. You can go to the merch table, you can go to the booths, you can go to the brackets, you can go to the main streams, you can go to the side streams, you can go everywhere, and it's awesome. And it's so good. Everything is well spaced out, and even though there's thousands of people in attendance, it really doesn't feel like it, especially when everything is so well spread apart. And I had loads of fun being able to see and catch up with a bunch of different friends, meet people that I haven't met before, and to play all the awesome games that I did that are not even out yet. And another big pro that I will say now is this is a huge opportunity for networking. Because of my consistency with going to events, this gives me the opportunity to become a familiar face. It gives anyone else an opportunity to be a familiar face. And when you're a familiar face, that just creates more potential opportunities for you. So if you're a person like me that's a content creator or a broadcaster or a competitor, if you are consistently showing up to these events and you're putting yourself out there, that is only going to be better for you in the long term. Now let's get into some cons. So, if you didn't already know, EVO is held in Las Vegas, Nevada, which is in the freaking desert. So if you're not used to the heat, well, be ready to have your thongs on, your shorts on, and your tanks on, because it is dry heat and not humid like Florida. But let me tell you, 110 degrees does not feel good at all. Not even at nighttime. Just to put it into perspective, just imagine being in a hot tub that's boiling, but there's no water.
Oh my god!
Not only is it super hot, but it's super expensive to get there. My flight coming from the tri-state area was around $600, and that is a hefty price just to attend a big major like this. But again, it is once a year, and you can argue however many points you want to justify you going. But the fact of the matter is, at the end of the day, that's a pretty big price for a flight. And that's not even talking about your room fees. Now, I was not in any of the venue hotels. I actually booked an Airbnb alongside Cutie Pie, so that way we were cost efficient as best as possible for the 4 days that we were there. We were there Thursday to Monday morning, so I guess you can count that as 5. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Yeah, 5 days. But even then, depending on if you're in Airbnb or if you're at a venue, there's gonna be a point where you're going to have to take an Uber somewhere. And Ubers, whew, they can add up too. And let's not forget about food. Ya gots to eat, because if you're like old Uchi that used to go to these events and just eat clementines from home, like once throughout the whole entire weekend, you'll definitely feel it later on, and it's not fun, and I do not advise it. You definitely need to take care of yourself when you're at events like this, or even conventions. You need to eat, stay hydrated, so that way you can stay up and alert during these events, so that way you have the most fun as you possibly can, so you're not wasting your time being sick and feeling like crap during the event. So as I'm making all these points out, we're talking about flying there, we're talking about rooms, we're talking about transportation, we're talking about food. These are not even including the merchandise fees. Now, I'm not saying they charge you at the door to buy stuff. I am saying that there is so much stuff that you will see when it comes to the artist alley, to the arcade sticks, to the arcade stick configurations, from buttons to joysticks to modifications to t-shirts to Evo merch. You got it all, even games. Did I tell you that Bandai was there? They were selling games. They have everybody there that is coming out for your dollar. And you know what? That's totally okay, because they got so much stuff that I wanted to buy. I can only afford to buy a couple things. I bought an official Evo varsity hoodie and the hat to go with it and a lanyard, and that was it. And that alone was $115. Like, guys, it adds up and it's crazy. So if you treat Evo like a convention, I have friends that drop thousands at Comic-Con. They could easily do that at an event like this. So yeah, it gets very expensive very fast, and before you know it, you will spend a couple hundred just being there on food and transportation alone. And I saved this one for last because I feel like this is probably one of the biggest cons, is that finals is at another location. Now, mind you, the location is within walking distance if you wanted to do that. However, it is expensive and just adds to the cost overall. You have to spend money on registering. I totally forgot to mention that, but yeah, if you were going to attend, you have to either be a spectator, so you gotta pay for that, or if you're a competitor, you're gonna have to pay for venue and whatever your entry fees are. And if you're planning on seeing the top 8 finals live, then you're spending way more money on just the tickets to attend the esport arena. Unfortunately, for my first Evo, I was not able to see them live. I actually stayed at the Airbnb and watched them on the TV because, like I said, it adds up very quick, and it was something that unfortunately I was not able to afford. But that's okay. Overall, I would say the event definitely gets a pass from me, and it gets an approval stamp from me. I think it's totally worth it, even after all the pros and all the cons, because with the right mindset and the right form of planning in advance, it's definitely doable, and it's definitely something that you can make a part of your annual schedule for the long term. I think that personally, I will definitely attend next year, and I will do everything in my power to make sure that I do next year, sponsor or no sponsor. So let me know if you guys want to know anything else about Evo. If I missed anything, let me know in the comments below. Like, share, subscribe, hit me up on Twitter. Let me know what you guys thought about it in the Discord, especially on Discord. And you supporting your boy and supporting the channel, would like to see more content just like this, well, make sure to please check out my Patreon. And I'll see you guys next time.